What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys another video. Now, this one's going to be about Chip Roy pressing FBI Director Wray on the difference on handling the Hunter Biden investigation and how they slow walked it compared to how, with Trump, they sped that crap right on up. Let's get on into this.
It's recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Director Wray, for appearing. Brian Auten was one of the FBI intelligence analysts who interviewed Igor Danchenko, the principal source of the Steele dossier, in January 2017, correct?
I believe that's in the Durham report.
And Danchenko explained that the dossier allegations were BS, yet the FBI did not reveal that to the FISA court.
Oh,
Instead,
I wonder why.
The FBI continued to use those allegations in two more sworn FISA applications about President Trump and Putin, correct?
Well, again, I want to let Mr. Durham's report speak for itself.
Okay, but as director of the FBI,
That's an easy question. That's a yes.
The facts of the FBI under your watch. The FBI
No, sir. I'm sorry. It's important. Not under my watch. Those are the facts.
I'm getting to the part under your watch.
Okay.
The FBI.
But so the thing is, sir, Mr. Wray, as soon as you became the director, it was then under your watch, and you still did nothing.
Conducted an internal investigation of Auten and sought to suspend him, but Auten appealed. Correct?
I can't discuss the specific pending personnel matter.
Okay, well, according to recent reports,
Pending?
Those are the facts.
That was years ago.
Nevertheless, in 2020, after Senators Grassley and Johnson highlighted evidence of potential financial crimes and corruption against the Biden family, the FBI assigned Auten to compile an assessment which was used to characterize the Biden revelations as Russian disinformation. The evidence Grassley and Johnson had collected were mostly financial records and could easily have been corroborated as authentic. And by then, the FBI had the Hunter laptop in its possession for over a year. So it knew the lucrative payments of the Bidens from corrupt and anti-American regimes were authentic. How on earth?
I wonder why. Could there have been some information on there about the FBI's payments as well? Certain FBI members as well? Possibly. Maybe they wanted to make sure there was no information on certain individuals who were going after other certain individuals. Suspicious.
Did the FBI empower an agent under investigation for potentially corrupt performance and abuse of FISA in one politically flawed investigation, a Democrat operative-driven case against President Trump,
Yep.
to play a key role and to undermine a second politically fraught investigation, a case against the Bidens? How's that possible? How can you allow that to occur in the Federal Bureau of Investigations? My colleagues on the other side of the aisle say the elite law enforcement agency of the United States. How does that occur?
Right?
I can't, at the moment, discuss a pending personnel matter. I can't.
Once again, says the same fucking thing. Pending personnel matter. Sir, if retail companies will do an investigation on their people when they're either stealing or doing inappropriate things, and it only takes a couple days to like a couple weeks, how's it taking you a couple years? You're the fucking FBI. Oh, I don't know. Could it be because you, along with several other key members of the FBI, are paid by the Bidens? That man had a much more lucrative job. He made more money at his last job than he does now. And now some people can say, oh, well, he wanted to do justice and honor. Fuck that. No. That's a lie. He is getting paid out by Biden, his family, and everyone else to do what they want. That's what it is. Plain and simple.
I can tell you that every employee who in any way touched the Crossfire Hurricane matter has been referred to our Office of Professional Responsibility, our discipline.
Are you concerned about this activity by the FBI and what was communicated to the FISA court?
They should be
Does that
fired.
concern you as the director of the FBI?
I consider
Fired.
the conduct
He should be
that was
fired.
described in the Durham report as totally unacceptable and unrepresentative of what I see from the FBI every day, and must never be allowed to happen again.
And have there
And you're right, sir. It should never be allowed to happen again. And for something to be done, such as, oh, ramifications, such as, oh, hey, guess what? This is what's going to happen when you do what happened before. Get fired. So he needs to be removed, held responsible. Every other member who was a part of that, every single one who has their grubby little fingers on it should be held accountable and fired, and should not be allowed to sit there and go into government jobs, private sector jobs whatsoever in a government standing at all. You should be working at a fucking fast food restaurant or retail location now, sir. You are not allowed to sit there, work in government, make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Nope, nope, nope. You should not be allowed to. He should be fired and removed.
And consequences as a result. Is Mr. Auten, has he had consequences?
Well, again, I can't speak to pending personnel matters, as you would.
Meaning he has not, even though this happened years ago, and yet it is 2023, 2017. Huh.
Perhaps remember from your own time in law enforcement, because we were working closely with Mr. Durham and I assigned agents to help him, at his request, we slowed down the administrative process to allow his investigation
I bet you
to complete
did.
itself. Now that it is
Yeah.
complete, our personnel processes are very much ongoing.
Well, I think
Got
it's
that.
more than troubling that under your watch, we see that this continued to occur, and you have Auten continued to be impacted.
See, most people who replace somebody because they've been fucking up, right? Usually their number one job, number one goal when they get in there is to fix it all. And usually that's removing said individuals who fuck shit up. They go and clear house, basically. That is not what he did. FBI Director Wray said, you know what, let's just keep going. Fuck it.
Howard, after there was an investigation and after there was an effort by the FBI to look into why he would go to the FISA court and get wrong information. I mean, the issue here has been wrapped up in a cloud of politics. But the fact is, the American people deserve to know how the FISA court is being abused and how it's being abused against the former president and against them. In light of the reports that we saw Mr. Johnson from Louisiana put forward, that was in a court filing, in a court report. I want to move on to another topic. On September 23rd, 2022, 20 heavily armed agents stormed the home of Mark Houck. You're familiar with this?
I'm familiar with the Houck case a little bit, yes.
A little bit?
This was after Mr. Houck's lawyer reached out and said he would appear voluntarily because the incident in question occurred almost in a year earlier in October of 2021, so a year earlier. And the question here I have, local authorities investigated the incident but concluded there was no case. After the jury met for roughly an hour, Houck was acquitted. How on earth did Mark Houck end up having the FBI send several armed agents along with local authorities to arrest him at gunpoint? And do you approve it? Did you
Scare
approve
tactic.
of that?
Scare
Well,
tactic.
Let me start where you ended. Decisions about the manner of an arrest are not something that the FBI director approves. I defer to and rely.
Excuse me? Excuse me. You are the FBI director. You direct the FBI. The description is in the fucking name, sir. But of course, just like any other Democratic shill, liberal shill, he is sitting there deflecting and trying to lay blame on something else, someone else, because I didn't do it. I didn't know. I only know a little bit. You should know the entire fucking thing, or why are you even the FBI director?
On the judgment of the experienced career agents on the ground who have both the most intimate understanding of the facts and of the training experience to decide how best to effectuate an arrest.
Do you know who did order it?
And my understanding is that that arrest was conducted in our Philadelphia division by career agents with a combined 40 years of FBI experience.
Do you approve of the raid now in retrospect? Do you think it was appropriate?
Hmm?
Do you think it was appropriate for a father to have armed FBI agents along with local agents go to his home, arrest him at gunpoint for alleged violation of the FACE Act, A year after the alleged incident, after the father had said through his lawyer that he would appear voluntarily, do you believe that FBI agents should go to the home of a father in Philadelphia suburbs?
I'm not going to second guess the judgment of the career agents on the ground who made the determination.
But your job
description-
is to
your
second guess
description-
and look at what they're doing. Your job is to review
Yep.
what they do. Your job is to protect the American people from a tyrannical FBI storming the home of an American family.
I could not disagree more with you.
This is where they should remove him.
And I
You don't
think
believe
you're
it's
just- you're
tyrannical?
See, this is where I literally say it's gonna happen. Like, our government, if they don't get a handle on this shit, people are gonna go to FBI Director Wray's home, remove him. They're gonna remove him from his home. It's gonna happen. I'm not saying it's a good idea, but the people are getting really fed up with our government. All aspects of our government. Because they're letting violent criminals, drug addicts, mental illness just run rampant all over every fucking major city across the country. They don't care. All they care about is them, and that's it. They don't care about the people. A lot of these people want to pretend like they care about us, but they really don't. I'm pretty sure there's some of them in there who are pretty good people. I'm not going to sit there and say they're not. But the problem is here, the processes that they're going through right now is bullshit. We have the 10 Amendments for a very specific reason. And it's for tyrannical governments such as this, which is where eventually, the straw's going to break the camel's back. And the people are going to find every last one of these traitors, find them where they live, where they're at, hotel, motel, government building, they don't care, and they're going to remove them. I will bring up the French Revolution all over again. Marie Antoinette and all her fat ass fucking little friends who sat there were eating nice and happy. Living nice and happy, eating all the good food while all the people suffered, starving, dying of disease and illnesses and all this other kind of stuff, compared to what, the rich upper echelon people were eating nice meats and cakes and all this other kind of shit, right? While the poor were eating frogs and moldy bread. What happened to the rich people? Some of their guards turned on them because they said, I'm not dying for this. We don't have enough ammo, and there's a lot of them compared to us. So they joined in on the crowd, and then eventually they just beheaded motherfuckers. That's gonna happen again. Because we've already had one revolution. It's looking like it's ramping up to another one if our government doesn't put their foot down and say, we're done with this. Guess what? Boom. Restructure of all of these agencies. The DOJ, FBI, removal of the CIA, NSA, removing of the president, along with his vice president, and a whole lot of other people who think because where they are and who they are, they're untouchable when they're fucking not. They have a specific reason why they have armed guards at all fucking times. Because they know that they're not untouchable. And they also know why they're trying to remove said guns from the actual law-abiding citizens, because the only ones who are actually going to rise up and, fight back will be the law-abiding citizens, because we're the ones being affected. Criminals don't give a shit. Criminals are benefiting from this lawlessness, from all this bullshit that the fucking government's doing. They're benefiting and making money. And in all honesty, you can sit there and say the government's fucking doing it themselves.
The FBI agents were a part of storming a father's home in suburban Philadelphia?
I'm the gentleman.
Mr. Chairman.
Time the gentleman's expired. The witness may respond, and then we'll move to our next witness. Our
Sir,
next,
respectfully.
member.
They did not storm his house. They came to his door. They knocked on his door and identified themselves. They asked him to exit. He did without incident.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever our agents, well, not at gunpoint, whenever our agents conduct an arrest, they're armed. Our agents are armed virtually all the time, as you may remember from your own experience as a prosecutor.
The gentleman yields back. The ranking member has unanimous consent.
See, ironic, right? Just pure ironic. Go figure. Dip, dodge, and dive from every single fucking question and answer. What a surprise. Not to me. I'm not surprised one bit. But that's it for the video. I hope you all liked it. Like, share, subscribe, spread the word. Stay free, America. Love you guys.